What's going on, guys? It's your boy JT from the Real Hot Take LA, and I'm just going to give you guys my honest, unfiltered, raw thoughts about WrestleMania Night 1. As always, I got to keep it real with you guys. I'm not going to hold nothing back. And if you guys have other thoughts, or if you guys would like to say something below, please, by all means, comment how you felt. If you loved it, if you hated it. But these are my thoughts. I just finished Night 1 of WrestleMania 42, and all I can say is WrestleMania Night 1. Trash! That was garbage. That was the most waste of time in the history of time wasted. The set design was mediocre. The entrances were unappealing. The outfits were absolutely uninteresting. The matches were boring. They were actually boring. The most interesting thing that happened was ISO Speed jumping from the turnbuckle onto the announce table. That was the most interesting part of the night, sad to say. The three-man tag team between the Usos and LA Knight, and the Vision and ISO Speed was whatever. Then we move on to the next match. Jacob Fatu Yaramin versus Drew McIntyre was pretty much what I expected it to be. It was decent, it had decent spots, but it's nothing we haven't seen before from these two guys. You get the women's tag team free-for-all brawl, which, why are the Bella Twins, assisted by Paige, the new women's tag team champions? Just complete and utter waste of new talent. You get the women's match between the IC title of Becky Lynch versus AJ Lee, was also trash. Stephanie versus Liv Morgan, also trash. And Seth versus Gunther, the most boring, drawn-out, slow-paced match I've ever seen at a WrestleMania main event since Jay versus Jimmy Uso. It was so boring. Boring. Not to mention Braun Breaker returns and helps Gunther win. What kind of a arrangement is this? What is happening? Is Gunther joining the Vision? Is Gumby going to be a part of this group of lackeys and failures with Braun Breaker at the helm and Gunther and Logan Paul and Austin Theory and whoever else is going to be a part of this group? They're just throwing in random people. It just doesn't make sense. We don't care. Paul Heyman was absolutely nowhere to be found, even though Gunther had a match, even though the Vision had a match, even though Braun Breaker returned. Paul Heyman was not here. It was very strange. Shout out to Bianca Belair for announcing that she is having a child. The EST is back at WrestleMania, and her and Montez Ford are expecting. We knew this. We actually posted a video about this a few weeks ago about Bianca possibly being pregnant, and it has been confirmed. If you guys want to go ahead and tap in with a lot of our earlier videos, we make a lot of predictions, and we're usually right about them. Bianca was pregnant. She is expecting a child. I'm very happy for her. Congratulations. That was probably the best announcement they made. John Cena with his new hairpiece, we didn't care about it. He came out, the bald spot was covered. At least he did something, but other than that, it didn't matter that he was there. I told you, if John Cena did not help Seth Rollins win his match, him being there was pointless. And him being there was pointless because all he did was come out, give a speech about WrestleMania. Then he came out, announced we have 50,187 people or whatever in the building, and then that's all he did. You could have literally had anybody else do that tonight. John Cena didn't have to do that because he did nothing special that anyone else hasn't done. They literally slapped John Cena's name on there because they couldn't sell tickets. That's the only reason he was there in Vegas. It's an absolute, complete, and utter shame, and I am completely uninterested in Night 2. I am less interested now than I was the day before I watched this WrestleMania. This was that bad. Then you get to the main event. Randy Orton was robbed. Randy Orton does not get number 15. He stays at number 14. And I told you why he's going to stay at 14. Because Triple H and his ego, his doggone ego, Paul Levesque, a.k.a. Bald Levesque, does not want another star bigger than him. Triple H and Randy Orton are currently tied for 14 world titles, and he does not want Randy Orton to surpass him and get more title reigns than him. This is why for the last 2 years, he has been booked like a jobber. And even tonight in WrestleMania, he was booked like a jobber. The match, he was selling 70% of the time. He only had about 30% offense in this match. And he lost. He lost. Randy Orton lost this title match at WrestleMania to Cody Rhodes. If this is any indicator to the future of this business, of this industry, of what tomorrow holds, I might not even watch tomorrow night. Because if Randy Orton can lose, number 15, we're in trouble. I'm scared for Obafemi. He might not win. I'm scared for CM Punk versus Roman Reigns. I don't know how that's going to turn out. But all I know was tonight's main event was absolutely trash. All I can say is I feel sorry for the people who paid to see this. I feel sorry for the people who went out of their way, bought airplane tickets, bought hotels, bought travel fare and fees to go see this, because this was a waste of time. Not to mention ESPN. We tried watching it on the ESPN app, and we couldn't log in, even though we had the subscription through Disney. We had to go through loops and hoops and bundles and fumbles for about an hour and a half just to get the app to work, because the streaming was being regulated and the area we were in had restrictions and they were blacked out in certain places. It was such a waste of time. It was such a waste of time. WrestleMania 42 Night 1 was a complete and utter waste of time. I am disappointed. As always, let us know what you guys think below. It doesn't matter what you think. But go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe, and we will be reviewing Night 2.